Good morning, folks, and welcome to Stock Charts today. This is Bob Desmond, and let's kick things off with the pre-market activity in the U.S. markets. Then we're going to segue into members' stock chart request and our watch stocks. This is where I review the symbols that we're watching, as well as the symbols that our members submit for me to review on video. So let's kick things off first with the S&P 500, which on this 4-hour chart broke down below support yesterday at the 2,700 level. It has consolidated. It is basing now and appears poised this morning, despite the fact that we're down slightly. It appears poised to move higher and attempt to recapture support. We'll see what happens. NASDAQ futures, similar price action, similar consolidation. But the question that we have now is this rally from earlier in the week, actually last week, now over. Let's draw a trend line and watch to see whether or not we break out above this resistance level, or do we break down below the support level and continue to deteriorate. Dow futures, very similar price action here. Here's our resistance level that we actually broke out on the 18th on this 4-hour chart, then failed, breakout point failure, and we took out the prior low. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see whether or not, if we get a pullback, this support level, which was support here, becomes support once again. Now if we rally through this upper band of resistance here and close there on a 4-hour basis, well then the path of least resistance looks to be higher. So we're down marginally this morning. Let's check out the dollar, which performed really well overnight and yesterday, and it continues to rally higher. In fact, we're trading above 90 on the Dixie, which is a psychological support level. One heck of a run. Now, if you see the dollar rallying as it is, you would expect to see gold, which was stronger earlier in the week, weaken, and it has. We were flirting and actually closed above this upper band of resistance here on the 18th, failed to hold it, and now we just broke down below this lower band of support. So this is why it pays to wait for a clear and defined breakout above resistance and not buy on the hope that we will clear resistance, because now we are pulling back, breaking down below support. I'm not convinced that the rally in gold in the short term is over yet, because when you take a look at the gold mining names, let's go to a daily chart. They closed, this is the GDX, they closed well off the lows of the day yesterday. And when you take a look at the leveraged ETF, the NUGT, it closed yesterday with a doji star formation. That's a sign of indecision. We are in a tight trading range here. So I still think that the gold miners can still rally, because they are blowing off the rally in the dollar, which normally doesn't happen. So while gold is pulling back, the miners are holding up fairly well. That wasn't the case a month ago, 2 months ago. You had gold, in fact, 3-4 months ago, you had gold holding up while the gold miners were breaking down. Now it's vice versa. Not that gold is breaking down, but it's pulling back off of its resistance highs. So an interesting setup here in the metals markets. And when you take a look at silver on a 4-hour chart, we cleared resistance yesterday. This morning we've broken back down. It's not going to be a pretty setup if we close back down below the support level, because that would be a bull trap or a breakout point failure. We really need to close out the day above this support level here at 17.16 on the silver spot price. Looking at Bitcoin, which we haven't discussed in a few days, nice consolidation here. What you have here is a cup with handle formation. And if we clear the highs of 415, which was 81.20, where are we right now? 83.25. Now, if we clear the highs of April 15th, which was 84.45, we may see a rally on Bitcoin, because this will act as the pivot point for Bitcoin, and that's when shorts will cover their positions on that breakout. So we may get a rally up to 8,700 to 9,000 on Bitcoin on a breakout above the highs on the 15th. Watch 84.45 on Bitcoin. Let's get to member stock chart request. First chart up, watch stock, TCP Partners. We bought TCP Partners not once but twice. We bought it here when it was trading down below its third standard deviation Bollinger Band. We sold it here because we knew that weak stocks tend to get weaker. We were not at a support level, and sure enough, we pulled back. We bought back in down here, and then again down here. We built a new position, and then we sold this gap higher. Now what we're looking for is a pullback on TCP. They have a big fat dividend, and I'm just waiting for them to come out and cut that dividend. You'll get a sell-off on TCP Partners, but I believe that that sell-off should be bought at a support level. So we'll be watching TCP Partners the minute that news gets announced. Workday. This is another one where we booked profits this week on Workday, but now we're looking to get back in on either a breakout in the close above this upper band of resistance, or I have a 2-hour chart that we're watching. I'm going to post in the forum section on the website. Members, just go to the forum right here under Trade Setup Workday, and I had the link posted there for the 2-hour chart. And I'll leave some comments with regard to my thoughts on the trade entry point for Workday if it hits our parameters. Let's get back to the charts. So Workday, we like on a breakout above resistance. Stokes are rising. RSI pulled back yesterday, but so did the price. No big deal. We're looking for higher highs on RSI. Volume to the upside this week has been okay. Volume to the downside yesterday, slightly below average. So we are flirting with a breakout here. I like the setup. Members, more to come here on Workday. Again, check out the 2-hour chart on the forum. Next chart up, GOOS, Canada Goose Holdings, Inc. I love this chart. Weekly chart. We are breaking out so far this week. It is early in the morning, pre-market. On Friday, one trading day left to go. Anything can happen. So we're watching for a confirmation breakout on a weekly basis. If we close above this upper band of resistance, that's a beautiful setup. We have Stokes, double bottom setup above 50. Love that setup. So this chart is poised for a breakout. In fact, it is breaking out. Daily chart. We have broken out above the daily resistance level. We saw a bit of topping action yesterday at the 3 standard deviation Bollinger Band. We may get a pullback and a retest of support. That's good stuff. Exactly what we want to see. RSI has broken out and confirmed the breakout on price. Good stuff. Volume outstanding. Institutional demand. Love the chart here. Members, more to come. TerraTech Corp, OTC stock. I don't see much going on here. We are in a long-term, multi-year, this is actually monthly chart here, if I didn't say that. We're in a multi-year consolidation. We are at the lower band of support. If you wanted to buy it here, okay, not my favorite trade. It's a good month so far. We're up 25%. Can we rally up to this upper band of resistance? Well, history has proven, yes, we certainly can because we've done it a number of times before. I think the better play here, rather than buying today, I would wait for a new monthly high. If we see a continuation breakout next month on TRTC, or if we close at the highs of this month, I would think about putting on a trade. Because the probability of the shares moving higher are in your favor. Now, while they're still in your favor to move higher next month, we are off the highs of the month, which reduces the probability of a continuation move higher. Because what the market is saying is that we have sellers up here. The high of the month was $3.48, and you have a lot of overhead supply. Look at this resistance above here. This was a support level before. It is now resistance. Take a look back here. November, we sold off the highs of the month. Back here in July, it was support. Back here in November, it was support. Back here in May, it was support. So we really need to close at the highs of the month or wait until a new monthly high. That's how I would play this. So that way you're not sitting with capital that's tied up on hoping that you're going to get a continuation breakout on a stock, which is technically just consolidating. I won't necessarily say weak, but it's certainly not strong. On a higher level view, yes, it's up 24, 25% on the month. On a multi-year basis, it's well off of its recent highs of the 14 highs of $21.30. But we are putting in higher lows, just no higher highs yet. Weekly chart, no man's land, right? This week we have a hollow-filled candlestick. Not much going on here. We really need to close at the monthly highs. A lot of overhead supply here. I would not buy right now. I would buy on strength. The next chart up, Devon Energy. Devon Energy broke down the week of February the 5th below this lower band of support. We consolidated nicely at the 30 level. That would have been a good risk-reward entry point because we had a W formation which formed. We broke out above the pivot point of that W formation at 33.30. And here we are, present day. We are off the highs of the week. Now, the way I would play Devon, where I'm looking to get long of it, is on a pullback to retest 33.30. Again, that was the pivot point from this W formation. Or if we got to close above 37.50. Right now, we're in Nemo territory, right? We're not at the coral reef where there's safety. And we're not above the waterline where the sharks can't get us. So I would not be a buyer quite yet of Devon because we are seeing some sellers move in here at resistance. Before we go to the daily chart, let's talk about the Stokes and RSI. They're looking good. They're hooking up, doing what they're supposed to do, but price, you're seeing some selling action. Volume is good, above average for the past 2 weeks. So we're seeing signs of life here. Daily chart. All right, so here again is that W formation, resistance here, or now support at 33.30. You can see how it consolidated here. Then on Wednesday, we boomed higher. Yesterday, it took a day off. So we may get a pullback. If we bull flag out, you'd want to buy that breakout. Or if we get a pullback to 33.30, consolidate yet again, buy that pullback. But I don't see any rush here. You have a lot of overhead supply. This stock is not going to the moon tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, Monday. We'll say Monday. RTM, Guggenheim, S&P, Equal Weight Materials ETF. Never heard of it? You learn a new thing every day. Here we have a weekly chart and a breakout above resistance. We're off the highs of the week. Materials are under pressure today with the dollar stronger. So there's a fly in the ointment. You'd want to see a close above this upper band of resistance. RSI hooking up, Stokes, V-shaped recovery. You have seen some history of V-shaped recoveries. This is more of a U-shape. V-shape back here, V-shape back here. So it's possible that we could be seeing a clean breakout here. I would want to see a close again above weekly resistance, daily chart. It looks as though we're going to pull back and retest this support level here. That would be a good thing. If it holds, the shares are a buy. But watch the dollar. Ideally, the dollar rolls over, breaks down. Watch the 90 level on the Dixie. If we break down below 90 and close there on the Dixie, well then, in all probability, any pullback and a retest of the support level is going to hold, and you're going to see a rally on the materials. I'm bullish on commodities. We are positioned with our core portfolio as such. Kronos Group weekly chart. A beautiful W formation forming. Would I buy it today? Probably not. I'd want to see how we close out the week and perhaps on a new weekly high next week. Definitely on a breakout and a close above this upper band of resistance. This is a very nice consolidation. But again, we're in Nemo land, right? We're not against the coral reef, meaning support. And we are not above the waterline so we can stay away from the sharks. We are in the middle of the ocean right now. We have support below slightly at the 20-period moving average. But that hasn't acted as the best of support levels in the past. We do have a breakout in RSI. So we have an indicator leading price performance. We'll probably be back in several weeks from now talking about how Kronos, which will probably by then have broken out above this upper band of resistance, sent us a signal back here that the shares were strong and getting stronger by RSI breaking out above resistance. And it wouldn't be the first time. I've gone over this time and time again, how the market sends us signals. We can complain that the market is corrupt, it's crooked, it puts the small investor at a disadvantage. All that is true. However, it does send you signals. If you ignore it, you do so at your own peril. So I would watch how we close on a weekly basis. If we close at the highs, I would entertain putting on a new position. If we rally to new highs next week, I would do the same, but I would keep it small. But I would get very aggressive on a breakout and a close above this upper band of resistance. Daily chart, very similar price action as to what we're seeing on a weekly chart. Very similar setup. We have a bit of a, let's update this. We have a bit of a bull flag formation forming here. If you're looking to buy it, I would buy the breakout, which is at about $7.60. Expect a rally up to $9 per share. And think about booking profits at that resistance level. And if and when it breaks out above $9 per share and closes there, then look to buy back your position. I think it could happen. RSI is hooking back up. Stokes are taking a rest here. That's expected. Expect a hook back up in the coming days. I like the chart, short term and longer term. That's it for this morning, folks. Everybody have a profitable day. If you're not currently a member, I'm sending out best stock charts tomorrow, which is Saturday. Enter your email address on the website, We Hate Spam Too, and that'll come to your inbox. If you watch this on YouTube, follow me there. Click that bell button, get notified of future videos, and leave a comment below. And again, everybody have a profitable trading day. Be well.